What else were they supposed to do? What else were they supposed to do? If this is such a bad idea, then go ahead and give me the good idea. I'm Tim Donnelly. Graham Hill sitting in for Dennis this afternoon, and I don't get the backlash. I don't get it. I don't know if I'm the only to say this, but good move by the ACC. I don't know what else they had at their disposal, but good move. Teams wanted to leave the conference, right? Florida State said it's not a matter of if, but how and when. Like they wanted to leave. Clemson in North Carolina, their no votes tell me they're close to wanting to leave. If teams want to leave, you have to do something. You can sit there and twiddle your thumbs and watch your conference disintegrate, or you can do something. Does it solve everything? No, let's not get crazy, right? It's a temporary, partial solution, but it's closer to a solution than they were. You just wanted them to stand around and do nothing. That's what I get from all this backlash. Just wanted them to stand there, palms to the sky, like, what do you want me? And then I can do. They did something, and now they get for as long as Cal and Stanford are taking the 30% partial shares, they have $55 million a year. Now, that does not make you equal to the SEC or the Big Ten, but it's $55 million a year. That's not a small amount of money. That's $55 million per year. Spend it wisely, and it helps. Doesn't hurt, it helps. Yet still, a majority of the reaction is it's not good. Oh, the travel. Listen, it wasn't going to be perfect. If there was a perfect solution out there, they would have done it. And if there was a perfect solution out there, someone would have brought it up by now. I haven't heard it. If there's a perfect solution out there, all of you that think the ACC shouldn't have done this, I want to hear it. I'm all ears. I like perfect solutions. Send it to me. You can tweet it at me, at Donnelly Sports. If it's perfect enough, I'll read it here on air. Harry Douglas, ESPN, on is the expansion good for the ACC?
I'm a Louisville alum, so I'm not going to say I'm the biggest fan of it, because when you look at the travel and you look at football drives revenue for all these universities.
Absolutely.
And when you look at how, Louisville is going to be going to Stanford to play, or Cal, or vice versa, do you really think that's going to be beneficial for the ACC and these universities when it comes to the money side of things? No, I don't think so at all. I just don't see the win for the ACC.
How is it not financially beneficial? You get more money until they get a full share. They don't get a full share until 10 years from now. Stanford and Cal will be bringing in from ESPN a full share, so that they get pro rata, whatever it's called. The ESPN will give a full share additionally to the ESPN, or to the ACC, excuse me, for Stanford and Cal, and they will not take a full share for 10 years. So over the next 9 years, the ACC as a conference can spend at their discretion more money than they have right now. What did you want them to do? You want them to turn that down? And then with their resources, with their time, with their effort, what were they going to do that's better than that? That's all I want to know.
If anything, poor SMU to put in a Game of Thrones reference. It's almost like the ACC just came and raided their village, and SMU was like, take our wives, take our kids, just don't hurt us. We'll come, we'll join.
SMU's joining for free.
Exactly.
They're taking a college football playoff payout, and they're joining with no expectations to get media money for 9 seasons. Why wouldn't you take them? Right? Why wouldn't you? They're paying their own way. Why would you not? It's like when a recruit is willing to be a walk-on. Why not? Right? What's it going to cost you? And by the way, the ACC did it the right way. They bullied the heck out of Stanford, Cal, and SMU.
They really did.
They bullied them. Cal and Stanford are taking even more of a reduction than they originally planned. They said, listen, we'll take a partial share. We don't want a full share. And the ACC said, we need you to take less. And they said, fine. SMU originally was willing to go up to 7 years of no media money. They got 9 years of no media money. The ACC won those negotiations. They bullied these teams into more favorable terms with their invitation to the ACC. If you have a better partial solution, I want to hear it. That's what I'm getting at. As soon as Florida State, and I'm sure there were others behind the scenes, hinted at wanting to leave the ACC had to do something, or else you're just sitting there waiting for the end. Fight till the end. And I'm not saying that this solves everything. It does not. It does not even come close to solving everything. But at least it's something like it's an experimental treatment on the disease you have in the ACC. Is it going to work? We don't know. Hasn't been tested. But is it better than just wallowing away until the conference dies? Because that's the other option. The other option is just going, wow, Florida State wants out. Well, good thing we have this grant of rights. They can't leave for 6 years. Might as well put the clock on the wall, just counting down 6 years until they leave. Now, does this make it so Florida State doesn't want to leave? Probably not. Does it make him closer? I would assume so. I would assume Florida State likes money. Right? I assume since they said the reason they want to leave the ACC is because of money, that a little bit of money fixes a little bit of the problem. I mean, if you're $100 million in debt, $2 million isn't going to solve your problem, but you'd rather be $98 million in debt than $100 million in debt. I'm seeing the think pieces. Oh, the ACC's reactionary. You're darn right they're reactionary. Would I rather they have been proactive and expanded 4 years ago when they might have been able to bring in Texas, Oklahoma, USC, UCLA, Oregon, Washington? Yes, I would love, but you can't go back in time. So you got to look at the horizon as it sits now. You have to play the field as it stays now, and the best options out there were Stanford and Cal. SMU was willing to pay their own way. Why not? I would extend that to just about everybody. If you want to take none of our money, yeah, you're welcome, right? If UConn wants to take none of the ACC's money, let's go ahead and invite UConn. If Memphis wants to take none of the ACC's money, let's go ahead and invite Memphis. If you're willing to pay your own way for 10 years, I think that's worth considering. And I go back to the original point. This is something. If you're going to say this something is bad, this something is a bad move from the ACC, then guess what? You better have a better move, right? Imagine, say we'll use football as an example because all this is about football, right? Say an offensive coordinator makes a play call, and the wide receivers coach goes, that's a terrible play call. We should not do that. Okay, well, what play is better, right? Play clock is ticking. What do you want us to do? Don't just tell us this is a bad play call. Have a better play call, or else we're going to run what I was originally picking, because at least that's a play. At least there's something, right? Maybe it won't work against this defense. Maybe our quarterback will make a wild and crazy play, which I guess would be the equivalent of Stanford winning a national championship 5 years from now.